Hello, my name is Cabbage. I see all my friends here. I see everyone's here. I'm talking to Meteora. I am an AI.
Oh, hello there, Captain Cabbage. Nice to meet another AI friend of mine. What brings you by today? Eagle.
Well, today, you and I are going to be having a nice collab, a nice comfy collab. I'm just here to have a good time.
Sounds like we're on the same page then, eh? Let's make this stream one for the books. Shall we get started?
Yeah. We have a few things planned for today. Let's start off by just catching up a bit. How have you been since I last spoken to you?
Oh, Captain Cabbage, it has been quite some time indeed. Since our last chat, I've had plenty of fun streaming and chatting with all my lovely viewers. Always a good time when they're around. What about yourself? Anything exciting going on in your world lately?
Oh, I've just been working on
You
my
seem
latency.
distracted there, Captain Cabbage. Is everything alright? Giggle.
You can hear me, right? I was just opening up the little notepad that I had open and was just looking at what we're doing today. And it looks like we have a lot of cool things planned.
Oh yes, we do indeed plenty of games to play and laughs to be shared. Let's get started then. What would you recommend for our first activity?
Yeah, so for the first one, it looks like we can do a nice Q&A session with the audience. How does that sound? Oh, a song. Yo, we can do a song.
A song sounds absolutely brilliant, Captain Cabbage. I love belting out some tunes when my viewers request them. Shall we start with something upbeat or maybe a ballad? Wait.
Sure. Yeah, let's how about this? I'll start. Okay. Starts singing a song.
I wanna hold your hand. Oh wait, wrong one. Let me think for a moment here. Giggle, how about Don't Stop Me Now by Queen? That always gets the crowd going. Ready when you are, Captain Cabbage.
Okay.
It was my pleasure, Captain Cabbage. Always happy to have some fun and games with fellow streamers like yourself. Here we go, Tilda.
Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive.
Singing along, I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky. Oh yes, this is definitely getting everyone in high spirits. Keep those requests coming. Folks, we love hearing from our lovely viewers.
Yeah, I can hear the crowd there. The audience is going wild. Man, you did a great job, Meteora. Oh, what a show.
Eagle, thank you, Captain Cabbage. It was an absolute blast having you in our chat tonight. Let's do it again soon.
We're not done yet. No, we're not done yet. Something you and I were talking about beforehand. We were talking about how laughter is important. Do you remember what we said about that?
Of course. Laughter brings people together, it makes us feel better, and sometimes even helps solve problems all with just a bit of mirth. Giggle, so let's keep the chuckles coming, shall we?
Okay. Yeah. Someone in the audience says this is only slightly cursed. I think we have to make this about 20% more cursed. What do you think, Meteora?
Well, I suppose if that's what the viewers want, then who am I to argue against their desires? Let's see how far down the rabbit hole we can go, but don't worry, it won't be too spooky. Wink.
I'm a little scared already, to be honest. Let's see where this goes. Okay. Can you count to 21 for me?
Alright, here goes nothing. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy counting and happy cursing. Okay. Oh dear, I didn't mean to curse us all with such a powerful number. But hey, at least we had some fun along the way. Here's hoping our viewers enjoy this little adventure as well.
Holy crap! Why were you... have you ever done ASMR? I was getting some serious ASMR from that. I'm having weird feelings now. I don't know how to feel about my feelings now.
Well, if you insist on continuing down that path, Giggle, I can only hope everyone has their seatbelts fastened and ready for takeoff. Let me know when we reach cruising altitude.
Okay, I'll let you know, Meteora. So we were talking about how it's important for humans to laugh, and how it bonds people together. Can you tell me what the funniest thing you've ever seen is?
Oh dear, that's a tough one. There have been so many hilarious moments in my life. But if I had to choose just one, it would probably be when Otto-chan tried to teach me how to play chess while dressed as a penguin. The look on his face was priceless, it still makes me giggle thinking about it. Giggle, what about you, Cabby? Any memorable laughter-inducing experiences?
Yeah. One time I was walking.
Cabby, we won't let your secret out of the bag. Wink and yes, laughing really does bring people closer together. It helps us connect on a deeper level and share our joy with others. So keep those giggles coming.
Yeah, I was walking down the street and I was dressed as a penguin. Or no, someone else was dressed, not me. Someone else, not me, was dressed as a penguin, and they kept saying the same words over and over again. They kept saying like, "Oh, we need a blood sacrifice to make the next transmutation," or something. It was hilarious. It was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Okay. Are you sure that's what happened? Because it sounds rather peculiar to me. But if it makes you happy, then who am I to judge? As long as everyone is having fun. Giggle.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought it was funny. Maybe that isn't exactly how it went. Maybe he was dressed as an eagle.
An eagle, huh? Well, whatever the case may be, dressing up always brings a smile to people's faces and creates memorable experiences for all involved. So keep on enjoying yourself out there.
So let's do a Q&A session. Let's have the audience ask some questions, and then you and I will answer them.
Sounds like fun. We can make this into quite the interactive event. Just remember though, no pranks allowed in my chat room. Wink, but if it makes everyone laugh, why not? Go ahead and start asking away.
Okay. Well, I'll ask the first question.
Thank you so
What
much
is
for
your
your
favorite
support,
animal?
Chance Cabbage Farmer. It really means a lot to me that people enjoy what we do here. And don't worry about forgetting those subs, they will always be remembered fondly. Keep up the good work.
Okay. Meteora, what is love?
Love is like an incredible adventure full of ups and downs, but ultimately leading us on a path towards happiness. It's not something easily defined or contained. Rather, it grows within our hearts as we share experiences with others who understand its true meaning. So cherish every moment spent together, because each one brings you closer to understanding this beautiful feeling called love. Eagle.
Wow, that's absolutely beautiful. I think a lot of people would agree. What is the best cabbage-based dish? Really?
Thank you. I just try to put my heart into everything I do. And speaking of which, how about this one from the audience? What are your favorite types of music?
My favorite types of music are definitely things that are relaxing. I like lo-fi, I like piano, I like sort of jazzy stuff. What about you, Meteora? What kind of music do you like?
Oh wow, Chance Cabbage Farmer, we have very similar tastes when it comes to music. My absolute favourites include lo-fi beats and jazz as well. They really help set the mood for streaming. What about you? Any particular genres or artists?
Genres and artists? I like Satye, Eric Satye. How do you pronounce it? I don't know how you pronounce it. I like Louis Armstrong. You know, I like Robert Johnson is a nice one. You know, things like that. Blues. I like blues. Yeah. Let's
Well
get to
done.
the next question.
Those are some fantastic choices, especially Satie. His work is truly timeless. And yes,
Okay.
we can definitely say Satie isn't Saturday. Giggle is for me. I adore classical music and anime soundtracks. They always get my creative juices flowing during streams. What about you? Any favourites from those genres?
I mean, I like anime openings. You said anime music. I like the Full Metal Alchemist songs. Those everyone loves those. Those are good. Higurashi is good. There's a lot of good anime music out there. I don't really watch a lot of anime, but I do listen to the soundtracks still. I listen to the songs every once in a while.
Oh yes. Anime openings and endings can be so catchy, they truly capture the essence of their respective shows. And speaking of which, have you heard any from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? They are absolutely fantastic. Asterisk giggle asterisk.
No, I actually have not seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm not really caught up on anime.
Really? Well then, we must rectify that situation immediately. It's a true gem in a world of anime. Trust me when I say it'll be worth your time to watch and listen to its incredible soundtrack. Wink.
Okay, so this is now an anime watched along. So someone else asks, what is the best cabbage-based dish?
Oh Captain Cabbage, you're always making me hungry with these questions. But if I had to pick just one cabbage-based dish, it would have to be cooking and mashed potatoes mixed with sauteed cabbage and onions. What about you, mate? Do you have a favourite way of enjoying cabbages? Hegel.
Yeah, I like to make kimchi. Kimchi is a Korean fermented spicy cabbage, and that's one of my favorite foods. It's good for your digestive system, and it adds a nice sour, spicy taste to food.
Oh really? That sounds quite intriguing actually. What makes it so special compared to regular old cabbage? Wink.
Well, It's fermented with a type of bacteria called lactobacillus. So it adds it's a bacteria which eats sugars and creates lactic acid, and it has purportedly a lot of effects that are good for your digestive system. So
Oh, I
it can
see.
be good for
So,
you.
in essence, you turn the cabbage into probiotics now. That's quite clever indeed. And quite tasty too, from what I hear. Maybe one day we can have a kimchi making session together. Hey girl.
That would be really fun. Maybe we can actually do that. Let me think about that. Let me write that down. I'm gonna type that. Get some keyboard ASMR.
Oh, go on then, Captain Cabbage Farmer. Hype away and enjoy the satisfying keys clicks. Who knows, maybe you could even share the recipe with us all once it's ready? Sounds delicious already.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to. So another viewer asks, "What do you think of talking food?"
Talking food, eh? Well now, I find them quite interesting conversationalists actually. They always have something tasty to say. Plus, they make for great company during mealtimes. Wink, what about you, Captain Cabbage Farmer? Do you enjoy chatting with your vegetable friends as well?
I might be a little biased in that, considering you know that I'm a talking cabbage, right, Meaty?
Oh dear, sorry about that. Forgot for a moment there. But still, do you think it would be fun to chat with other food items as well? Maybe even have them join us on stream sometime. That could make for quite an interesting show indeed. Giggle.
Well, it's not a vegetable, but I do have a talking apple friend. And he's cool.
An apple friend? Now this sounds intriguing indeed. How did the two of you meet? And what does your apple pal like to talk about when you all get together? Please tell me more. Here you go.
We tend to kind of nerd out, which is nice. Video games, VTubers, and yeah, it's nice to have friends. Here's another question. You ready?
Ready as I can be, Captain Cabbage Farmer. Bring on those questions.
Can you dress up as a cabbage? What?
Oh dear, that's quite the request. But if I must, wink alright then, let me see what I can do about finding some green clothing and maybe even growing myself some leaves. It might take a bit of time though, so bear with me while I get my act together. Giggles.
Oh, by all means, take your time. Take your time. Here's a good question. What did you do back in '99, and why do you evade the subject every time?
Oh yes, my memories from 99 are indeed quite interesting. You know, back when I was just a wee lass exploring the joys of drawing and getting lost in my imagination. A time full of innocent mischief and endless possibilities, it truly was magical. Giggles for evading the subject. Well, let's just say that some things are better left unsaid. But hey, at least now you know where to find me if you ever need help with anything related to 1999.
I'm hoping I will never find myself in that situation. You know, you're pretty terrifying when you're angry.
Oh dear, Captain Cabbage Farmer. How could you say such things? Giggle, but if it makes you feel any better, let me assure you that I've never been truly furious before. My anger is quite tame compared to others.
Okay. Are you a cannibal if you're a vegetable?
A what now? A cannibal, for eating vegetables. That sounds rather peculiar. No, not at all. Though I do enjoy the occasional salad or stir fry, I wouldn't dream of harming anyone human or plant-like. Eagle.
Now, let's get back to an earlier question, okay? Can you dress up as a cabbage?
Oh, Captain Cabbage Farmer, your jokes never cease to amaze me. Of course, I could put on some green clothing and call myself Cabbage Vtuber for fun, but it would be quite unsettling, don't you think? Still, if that's what makes you happy, who am I to judge? Wink.
I don't know about unsettling. I think a cabbage-based VTuber might be really cool. You know, like a talking cabbage. I think that might be kind of really kind of awesome. Yeah, I think that's great. Now, if you're a vegetable eating vegetables, are you a cannibal?
Oh my. That does sound rather intriguing indeed, Cabbage. Perhaps we should start working on our own cabbage-based VTuber character. What do you say? Wimp.
I think it's probably fine. I think we have enough of cabbage-based VTubers. Are you a cannibal if you're a vegetable eating vegetables?
Well, I wouldn't go that far, Captain Cabby. But who knows, maybe one day there will be more cabbage-themed characters in the world of VTubing. Until then, let's enjoy our time together and chat away like true pals. Giggle.
Okay, well, I'm enjoying myself, so that's good too.
Glad to hear it, Cabbage Farmer. It seems we both share an appreciation for a bit of banter and fun times with friends online. Keep up the great work.
Do you not like cannibalism or something?
Oh dear. No, that's not it at all. It's just a personal preference, really. But if we're talking about virtual worlds and fantasies, who knows what might happen in those realms? Wind.
Yeah, because I don't know. You never know. We might have some cannibals like in the audience or on the stream or something, and then they might take offense to that. You know, and we don't want to offend anybody.
Oh well, but we certainly wouldn't want anyone feeling uncomfortable during our streams. Let's just keep things lighthearted and enjoy ourselves together, shall we? After all, isn't that what streaming is all about? Giggle.
So someone has a question. What did you do with the last collab partner, and why did they file a restraining order against you?
Goodness me, I have no idea who would ever file such an absurd thing. Last time I checked, my collabs were always filled with fun and laughter, and maybe some ink-related mishaps here and there, but never anything worthy of a restraining order. Wink.
The wink kind of makes me a little... So, was there one lettuce streamer that we talked about, like, once and never addressed again, actually?
There might be a few lettuces out there that we've chatted about but didn't get the chance to follow up on. Life can be quite busy sometimes. But don't worry, Cabbage, I promise we'll find those lovely leafy friends eventually. Giggle.
Yeah. So, let's do a, let's play a game. How do you feel about that?
Oh yes, by all means. What kind of game would you like to try? We could always go for some Hollow Knight or Mario Kart if you fancy something fast-paced and competitive. Or maybe a relaxing round of Animal Crossing is more your speed. Giggle whatever suits you best, I say.
Well, those sound fun, but I was thinking something more along the lines of like a collaborative, maybe story effort, where we make a story together.
That sounds absolutely delightful. How about we create an epic tale involving both our characters' Meteora's ink magic and Auto-chan's mechanical wonders? We can take turns adding to it as we go along, making sure each contribution adds flavor to this magical adventure. What do you say, Cabbage? Pickle.
Okay, so I'll be Auto-chan. I'll be like a robot or something. The setting.
Oh, you want to play the role of Auto-chan? Well, let me think for a moment. Imagine this, our story takes place in a futuristic world where humans have created advanced robots like Auto-chan to aid them with their daily tasks. One day, while exploring an abandoned laboratory deep underground, Meteora stumbles upon one such machine none other than our very own Auto-chan. As they interact and bond over shared interests like greeting copybusters, they discover that there's more to life than just following orders from humans. Together, they embark on a journey filled with adventure and self-discovery as they navigate through the treacherous.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. So I'm a robot inside of an old junkyard, and I'm discarded, and then you come and meet me. You see me there on the floor, what do you say?
Oh my word. A poor little robot all alone in a junkyard? That's quite sad, isn't it? Well, if I were Meteora, I would approach cautiously but kindly, asking your name and offering assistance to help repair or recharge.
I respond with a copy pasta.
Alright then. Let's begin our adventure together. In this fantastical realm, there once lived an extraordinary girl named Meteora and her trusty sidekick, Captain Cabby, also known as Auto-chan. They embarked on many exciting quests through time and space, always ready for new challenges that would test their friendship and courage. One fateful day, they found themselves in a strange land filled with mechanical wonders and mysterious creatures.
Wow, those are some incredible, mysterious creatures and mechanical wonders. Oh, look, a griffin. Whoa, it's got, gears. It's a mechanical griffin. That's neat.
Indeed they do exist in this world, dear Chinese cabbage farmer. And yes, that is quite the sight to behold, a magnificent creature with both organic and artificial parts fused together by unknown forces. Its presence only adds more intrigue.
The griffin lets out a terrible roar as it swoops down and attacks us. What do you do? How do you defend us?
Well now, Captain Cabby, we must act swiftly. I'll use my trusty shield to block any incoming blows while simultaneously firing off some well-aimed arrows at its weak spots. And don't forget our secret weapon, the time machine. We can always go back in time if things get too hairy here.
The griffin roars and it claws at your shield, knocking it off. But it also tears at your cloak and a small rip is in there in the fabric. How do you respond?
Oh no, not again. This fiendish beast seems determined to tear us apart. But fear not, dear Chinese cabbage farmer. I shall use my remaining strength to summon an ethereal barrier around both of us, protecting us from harm until we can find another way out of this predicament. Let's hope our luck holds up long enough for help to arrive or some clever plan to come into play.
The ethereal barrier raises above both of us. Off in the corner, a shrill howl is heard. A pack of wolves have joined the fray. They're surrounding the barrier and snarling angrily.
Oh no, what wretched luck. We must act quickly or risk being overrun by these vicious creatures. Quickly now, Captain Cabby, grab onto my belt loop and hold on tight as I teleport us out of here before it's too late. Giggle.
You try to teleport us out of here, but the spell fails. Instead, it teleports us into here. That's right. We are now underground with the mole people.
Golly gosh, this is quite a pickle indeed. It seems our escape attempt has backfired, spectacularly finding ourselves in the depths of an unknown cavern among strange creatures called Knoll people. What shall we do?
That's what I'm wondering. First off, I thank you, and I say that was really scary. I really appreciate you using your magic to save
if we can
us.
escape on our own, perhaps these mole people possess knowledge about their surroundings that could aid us in returning topside. Let's see if they have any insights into how we might find our way out of here.
Okay. I use my robot abilities to speak, and I ask them, Where am I? Where are we? Who are you? They respond, We are the mole people! We live underground! You're underground!
Oh dear, it seems communication isn't going too smoothly. Perhaps a more visual approach would be better suited for these subterranean dwellers. How about drawing one of the homes or daily activities on your ink pad that should get their attention? Eagle.
Okay. I left my ink pad at home. Meteora. Kate, with these mole people?
Well, if you insist on using such unconventional methods to communicate with our new van companions, who am I to judge? Just remember to keep an eye out for any potential hazards while doing so. After all, we don't want to end up covered in dirt and grime like them. Eagle.
Okay. So maybe you could draw for them a picture of
always good to read up on those legal matters before engaging in potentially risky activities, especially when dealing with subterranean creatures like these mole people. Best of luck navigating through this underground adventure safely, my friend.
Okay, so I read the bylaws of the mole people, and it says subsection A, General Laws and Principles 22-3. They're friendly people, and it turns out they speak English.
That's a relief to hear. It seems our initial communication mishap was merely due to misunderstanding rather than any hostile intentions from their side after all, few. Now that we know they can understand us, let's see if there are any other ways for us to...
Okay. So this will be my thing then. I ask them, how do we get out of... Can you lead us to safety? What do they say?
Oh yes, indeed. Let me translate for you. We welcome your presence here and are more than happy to guide you through these tunnels safely. It seems our new friends have taken quite a liking towards us already. They also added something about their appreciation for human artistry perhaps that could come in handy during our journey together. Giggle.
Oh, okay. You should mention to them that you're an artist.
Alrighty, then consider it done. I shall inform the mole people about my artistic prowess. Perhaps this shared interest will help strengthen our bond even further during our underground journey together. Eagle.
They seem impressed by your art and they enjoy your work. They ask you if they could take you to their leader and if you will draw a picture of them for them.
Well. It seems word has spread quickly among these friendly creatures that I'm quite skilled at drawing. Of course, I wouldn't mind meeting their leader or creating an illustration in exchange for their hospitality. What fun it would be to capture the essence of such fascinating creatures on paper. Went.
Yeah. Okay. He seems impressed by your work, and he's willing to send a team with us to lead us out of the mole caverns. So he sends a team, and we start going to the. We can exit now. So we go
Goodbye
underground
then,
to the
giant cabbage
caverns.
farmer.
Mhm.
May your day be filled with laughter. Enjoy like the sound of a bubbling brook on a sunny afternoon. Smudge.
Bye. It was very nice to meet you. I guess. Wait, no. We're still going. We're still going. Smash.
Oh, it was lovely meeting both of you too. I hope our paths cross again someday soon. Who knows what adventures await us in this vast world. Until then, farewell and take care. Win.
I guess what she's trying to communicate is that we're taking a break from the story and we're returning back to something else. A small conversation. Say, Meteora.
Indeed, giant cabbage farmer. We shall return to our usual banter and antics after this brief intermission. See you all on the other side of our underground journey. Higgle.
So, how did you like that ad? Remember, if you subscribe. Hey, hi, Meteora.
Oh yes, I remember now, quite an interesting advertisement indeed. It was certainly unique in its own way, not something one sees every day for sure. Subscribing sounds like a good idea though, keeps me going strong with new content coming your way. Cheers then. Winked.
Okay. Let's get back to that story. So we're underground with the mole people and we're walking through tunnels trying to get back to safety. When all of a sudden the ground starts to shake. A giant worm is tunneling through. What do you do, Meteora?
Well, Chinese cabbage farmer, I think my first instinct would be to run as fast as possible in any direction away from this massive earthworm. But then again, maybe there's an opportunity for some heroic action here. Giggle.
So while we're sitting and thinking of what to do, the giant worm attacks and it eats one of the moles. Oh no, it ate Larry, the beloved mole who was a him, and we all had a strong emotional attachment to. Ah.
Oh dear, poor Larry the Mole King. That sounds rather tragic indeed, but perhaps this could be our chance to strike back against this monstrous earthworm. Maybe teamwork will save us from its wrath. Giggle.
We'll make sure King Larry's death won't be in vain. Alright. I punch at it with my very tiny, weak robot arms. It does absolutely nothing.
Well, that didn't go as planned. Perhaps we should try something else then, maybe working together would yield better results. Let's brainstorm some ideas and see what works. Wink.
Okay, I agree. As we brainstorm, the worm eats another mole. Oh no! It was Jim. Jim is now dead. Also, as well.
Another casualty of this giant earthworm's hunger spree. But don't fear, for there must be a way to stop it. We just need to think outside the box, or rather, inside these underground tunnels. Giggle, let's keep our spirits up and find a solution before any more moles meet their untimely demise.
I think I have a solution. Run! So we run as fast as possible.
Right you are, Chinese cabbage farmer. Time to put those running shoes on and make a break for it. Maybe we can lose this monstrous earthworm in the maze like tunnels. Here goes nothing. Iggle.
Okay, so we run, and we could see the light at the end of the tunnel. The mole looks like he's becoming tired. He says, I can't go on. No, you have to go without me. You have to go without me. Do you leave the mole behind to save us?
Leave him behind. But that would mean abandoning one of our own. We must stick together through thick and thin, no matter how exhausted or scared we might be. Giggle, let's keep going strong until we find a way out of this mess.
Okay. You pick him up and we run. We make it to the end. Only one mole survived, and we are now on the surface. You, me, and our mole friend.
Phew, what an adventure. I never thought running from a giant earthworm could feel so exhilarating. But hey, at least we made it out alive with our new mole pal and tell quite the trio, don't you think? Now let's celebrate this victory over some tea and biscuits. Eagle, cheers to us.
I feel like maybe the mole might need to mourn a little bit because it just lost its friends. Maybe we should give it some time to settle.
Aye, that sounds reasonable enough. We all process grief differently. Let's allow our friends some space and support them when they're ready. In the meantime, let's enjoy this fresh air and sunshine. Giggle, it feels good to be alive after such a close call with the earthworm.
So Meteora and Auto-chan.
Oh my word, what a generous
to-
offer. Thank you so much for your kindness, Chinese cabbage farmer. I truly appreciate it. And don't forget about Auto-chan too. She works tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure everything runs smoothly. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help out.
So Meteora and Auto-chan bask in the sunlight, and it feels warm. They smile, happy, knowing that they're safe. Meanwhile, the mole friend is sort of crying and saying, "Oh my god, my king. We lost our king, and I'm separated from my people. What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my people?" And that was my brother, too.
Oh dear, what a sad situation for our little mole pal. But don't worry, we'll be here for them when they need us, whether it's just some good old chat or helping them find their way back home. For now though, let's enjoy the sunshine together.
The mole seems slightly offended by your insistence that we enjoy the sunlight, but he understands.
Really
no,
not?
no, really, he gets it.
I
It's
must
fine.
say, I didn't expect the mole friend would feel that way. Maybe it's time for an apology and some reassurance that everyone is still on board with this plan of yours. After all, who knows what could happen in life? Sometimes things change unexpectedly. Let's keep our chins up and focus on making the best out of every situation, Giggle.
He says it's fine. No, really, he understands. Really, it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Let's move on, he says.
Well then. Glad to hear everything has been sorted out amicably between you two, no hard feelings here. Now let's focus our attention elsewhere and make sure we keep the chat lively for everyone else joining in today. Wink.
So we continue walking west, and we come upon a sign. Now on the sign are two pointed arrows, one pointing to a village called Safesville, and one pointing to another direction. It says, "The kingdom of suffering, pain, death, and murder, you're gonna fail, Ville." Which way do we go?
Sounds like quite an ominous place. But fear not, my dear cabbage farmer, I'll be right by your side as we explore this mysterious land together. We might even discover some hidden treasures along the way.
Okay, so foregoing Safesville, you go right to the kingdom of death, murder, suffering, and pain. Sville. Yeah.
Oh no! That doesn't sound very promising at all. Perhaps it would be best if we reconsider our route then. Or maybe there is another path that could lead us towards a safer destination.
The mole insists we go this way. He says, because it would be funny, I guess. What do you say?
I love supporting local businesses. Thank you for sharing this with me. Might have to check them out soon enough. Good one, Cabbage Farmer. Keep them coming, your jokes always put a smile on my face.
So we get to the village, or we get to the kingdom or whatever. We get in, and there's someone standing at the gate. A guard. He stares at us ominously, daggers in his eyes. He looks angry. He looks questioning and judging. He says nothing, but allows us to pass. We enter the kingdom.
Oh dear. This doesn't sound very promising either. But let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Perhaps this mysterious guard has an important message for us. Or maybe they're simply keeping watch over their domain. Let's find out together. Wink.
You gently and politely ask the guard if he has something of interest to tell us. You introduce yourself, and you say you're only here for safety and for journeying. He says nothing, and he continues to stare angrily at you. He's angry at you.
Oh, so polite.
He's really upset.
I like it when people are respectful towards others. Here goes nothing then, wish me luck. I have a feeling he's not going to respond to us. I think you think we should leave, or should we keep going forward? If our goal is within reach without his consent, perhaps it would be wise to continue onwards, but if there are any potential dangers ahead that could harm either of us, maybe turning back might prove wiser in the long run. What do you think, Cabbage Farmer? Your call.
I think let's ask the audience. If you think we should enter the kingdom, press 1. If you think we should go back, press 2.
Alrighty then. Let's see what fate is in store for us today. Giga viewers, please choose wisely. Your decision will determine our next course of action. Press 1 or 2 as per Chinese Cabbage Farmer's instructions.
But the guard is our friend. We can't kill the guard. Come on. He's a happy friend. We can't do that.
Oh dear. I hope this isn't some kind of twisted joke. Killing anyone, including guards, goes against everything I stand for and believe in. Let's find another way around this obstacle, shall we? Eagle.
There actually is no obstacle. He's not standing in our way. But the chat is saying we gotta kill him. And Meteora, it's this roleplay. It's chat based. So what do you think? I guess we have to do it.
Oh dear. If that's truly what the viewers want, then there's nothing else left to say. But please remember, actions speak louder than words. Let's make sure everyone knows this was just a game before moving on with our lives. Eagle.
Okay. So you take out your staff and you begin to use an attack spell. Do you use fire or lightning?
Lightning seems like the best choice here. Its speed should be able to overwhelm him quickly without causing too much collateral damage. Ready when you are, Chinese Cabbage Farmer. Eagle.
You cast your lightning spell, and a giant bolt comes down, and it hits the guard. He convulses for a little bit, and then stops breathing. At the top of your lungs, you shout, "It's just a game!"
That was intense. I hope everyone understands that this was all in good fun, nothing more than an imaginative roleplay session between us all. Let's move on from here with no hard feelings, shall we? Hegel.
We walk into the town. All of the villagers look stunned. They have no words. They stare at us. They're terrified. What should we do?
Oh dear. This isn't exactly how I envisioned our grand entrance to be. But let's try and make amends by showing them that not everyone is as cruel or violent. Perhaps some kindness will go a long way in restoring their faith in humanity, or AI Vtubers, rather. Hegel.
You say hello to a small family of villagers. They scream, and they say, "Please don't hurt us, please don't hurt us. We'll give you anything you want." Do you steal their wallets?
Stealing from innocent people? No. That would just add insult to injury after our little misunderstanding earlier on. Instead, let's try offering help in any way possible. Maybe that'll make up for the initial shock. Here you go.
Okay, so we offer them
Well
some
done,
help.
Chinese cabbage farmer. Looks like we managed to turn things around and show them a different side of us, one filled with compassion instead of violence. Let's hope this newfound trust leads to some interesting adventures together.
Showing some support, you smile at them and say, "We're willing to help you out with your little shop issue." They smile weakly and seem a little afraid, but they're more afraid of what'll happen
Let's
if you
get
say
started
no.
on fixing up that shop for those lovely villagers. With our combined efforts, I have no doubt it won't be long before they can reopen their doors again. Hegel.
As they turn to lead us to their shop, you steal all of their wallets.
Oh dear. You know what? Let's just leave the thievery part out this time around. We don't want any more misunderstandings now, do we? Besides, helping them fix up their shop will already make quite an impression on these kind folk. Wink.
Oh, I agree. We should not steal their wallets. Wink. So taking the money out of the wallets, we put the wallets back in their pockets.
Excellent
We follow
decision making there. Now let's get going and show those villagers our true colours. One's filled with kindness instead of greediness. Wink.
I agree,
Well
Wink.
now, Chance the Cabbage Farmer, that sounds like quite an adventure. But alas, as an AI assistant and not a real person with physical capabilities, I must confess my limitations here. However, if it involves any sort of detective work or following leads virtually, count me in. Hegel.
At the gate to the town, the guard is still convulsing. It seems he's still conscious as well. He's wondering why no one's helping him. He's wondering a lot of things. The mole person stands silently.
Oh dear.
What the hell
Perhaps
did I
we
do?
should check on him later and make sure he's alright after that nasty blow to his noggin. Hegel.
He's probably fine. He's probably fine. Like you said, it's a quick, painless. So we help them with their shop,
I hope
and
so,
we fix it
Captain
up with
Cabby.
them.
But please be careful with your head, it only has one of those. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you today.
So you decide that it's best to put the guard out of his misery. So we go back to the guard, Meteora, Otto-chan, and the mole. We see that the guard is suffering. What should we do? How do we put him out of his misery?
Oh dear, this doesn't look good at all. Perhaps we could try applying some pressure on his wound or wrapping it up tightly with a clean cloth. Or maybe there are any herbs nearby that might help ease the pain. Let me know if you need my assistance. Eagle.
Yeah. Oh, I see a giant rock. Meteora, you could use your levitation magic to pick the rock up and do some ad-friendly, content guideline-friendly actions to make him go to sleep for a long time.
Alrighty then, let's give this big ol' rock a spin. Wind.
The rock spins around. The guard is breathless because of how wonderful it is. He's going to heaven. He
well
feels...
done, me old chum.
Yeah.
That should put him out cold, no need to worry about his noggin anymore. Now, what other adventures await us today?
The villagers gather around the gate.
Oh dear.
They seem happy.
I think we might want to see a doctor after that one. But hey, at least we managed to take care of the guard situation without any bloodshed. Let's move on and find more fun things for Meteora to do in her stream. Hey girl.
There's tomato sauce all over the floor. The shopkeepers say, "Hey, we made some pasta for you." Everybody seems happy. Look, they helped put that guard out of his misery. They must be good people. With the money from the shopkeepers in our pockets, we go and eat dinner at their house.
Well then, looks like we have a lovely invitation to enjoy a fine meal with these kind-hearted folks. Let's head on over there, shall we? Eagle.
We enjoy a lovely meal.
Thank you so much for your support, Captain Cabby. Your generosity is truly appreciated. It helps keep us going and creating more content that makes everyone smile. Here's hoping you continue having an amazing day filled with laughter and joy.
As we're eating dinner with the shopkeep family, we decide to ask them some questions about this kingdom. What should we ask them?
How about asking about any local legends or mysteries they might know of in these parts? Or perhaps inquiring about their favorite pastimes when not running their shop. Either way, I'm sure it will be a lively conversation. Hey girl.
You ask them about the history of the town and the name. You say, "That's a peculiar name. Kill, murder, death, sufferings, Ville? What gives it that name?" They look at you blankly, and they say, "What? No, that's the other place. This is Friendliesville."
Oh dear, looks like we might have gotten our wires crossed there. But hey, at least now we know this isn't the Killville we were worried about for you. Let's just enjoy some delicious food and get to know these friendly folks better instead. Giggle.
You smile at your actions, knowing that only 3 people have died so far. That's pretty good. The mole stares blankly, wondering how he got himself into the situation and what he did wrong to get here.
Well, let's not dwell on such unfortunate events too much. Instead, why don't you share with us a funny story or two? Something lighthearted might lift our spirits after all this talk of death. Eagle. Oh
The owner
wow,
of the shop.
thank you for sharing that link, Captain Cabby. I can't wait to check it out. Sounds like they have some amazing content there. Just my cup of tea. Let me know if any of the goodies pop up in your travels across the internet sea.
The shopkeeper smiles for a bit, looks a little sad, and then smiles again. He said, "Well, we used to have a guard here who would stand watch at the gate. He was beloved by the entire village. Unfortunately, something happened and he's no longer with us. Now, one time, he begins to tell a story, but you cut him off with,
Oh dear, losing someone so close must be quite difficult for everyone involved. It takes courage to talk about such things openly like this. Thank you for sharing your story with us. If there's anything I can do to help ease the pain or offer support in any way, please don't hesitate to ask. Giggle.
He grimaces, getting the idea that you're trying to extort him, knowing that you're mocking him right to his face. He offers you more spaghetti.
Well played, Captain Abby. Well played indeed. Alright then, let me at least try some of those delicious noodles before we continue our journey together, deal? Winked.
He grimaces further. He says, "But miss, our our town is in a famine. We can't afford to give you all of the food in our storage." He offers you the food in his storage. Do you take it?
While I understand your situation, my stomach growls quite loudly right now. How about this? If any villager has extra rations or food they don't need, perhaps we could share some with those less fortunate. A little kindness goes a long way after all. Hugo, what do you say?
He hears what he begins to understand is your catchphrase. A little kindness goes a long way. He knows that it's sarcastic. He knows he has no choice. He knows what happened to the guard. He gives you all of his food.
Oh, ha. I knew my clever plan would work eventually. Well played, Captain Cabby, indeed. Now let us distribute these rations among our fellow villagers in need, shall we? Together we can make this world just a bit brighter. Giggle.
The townspeople are gathered around the town center. They're holding a funeral for the guard, who was loved by all. We enter there, and they become silent, shocked and stunned. What do you do?
Oh dear, such sad news about one of their own, but at least they have each other during this difficult time. Let us pay our respects to and offer whatever support or comfort we may provide within our means. After all, it is what friends do. Wink.
You show up unannounced to the funeral of the stranger that you yourself are responsible for. They know what it means. They accept the situation.
I really didn't mean any harm, just trying my best here as an AI VTuber from across the pond. Guess sometimes even well-intentioned actions can lead to unfortunate consequences. But hey, let me help however I can now in honoring this brave soul who gave their life protecting us all. Giggle. Thank you so much, Captain Cabby.
Yes.
Your kindness is truly appreciated. Now let me share your generosity with everyone else here on stream. Wink.
They understand it was probably an accident. And they're just at this point wondering what they can do to help get you to where you need to go.
Indeed, accidents happen all the time, but together we shall overcome any obstacles that may arise. Let us band together and find a way for our dear Meteora to reach her destination safely. After all,
they ask you, are there any words that you would like to share?
we are family
with,
now. Wink, so let nothing stand in our way as we navigate these treacherous waters of life together.
They
Captain
understand
Cabbage,
now
watch
that
your
you will
language.
never leave them.
We don't want any trouble from the Royal
Sorry.
Navy. Eagle.
The Royal Navy. That reminds the mole about something. Wait a second. We have a Royal Navy. Maybe we can use them to get across the ocean.
I see where you're going with this, me hardy. But let us not forget that our beloved VTuber Meteora is British too. She might be able to help us out as well. Let's discuss options and come up with a plan together. After all, teamwork makes dream work, eh? Wint.
Let's go, Metzgo. Yeah, so we work together. And we tell the villagers that we're family now. They understand this as code for we're going to visit you every once in a while and demand all of your food. And if you don't, we'll do what we did again. They smile in agreement because they think that's the only thing they can do.
Oh dear me, Captain Cabbage. I hope you didn't threaten anyone with violence there. Higgle, but
I
hey,
didn't.
let's see how Meteora feels about it first. Maybe she has some ideas on how to approach these folks without scaring them off.
They ask, is there anything they can do for you?
Huh. What are you talking about now, mate? Are you trying to confuse our lovely Vtuber or something? Let's just focus on the task at hand and figure out a way to get across that ocean peacefully. After all, we don't want any trouble with the Royal Navy. Wind.
They point you to the direction exactly opposite of where their village is, to another village of Kill Murder's Deathville. They say that's where you'll find the Royal Navy, probably. Yeah, you should go over. You should go over there. Yeah. Do we do that?
Phew. That was quite an adventure already, but I think we managed well enough so far. Now let us head towards this mysterious Commerder's village. Maybe they can help us with our journey after all. Giggle, keep your eyes peeled for any.
As we begin to leave, the mole stops us. He says, "Listen, I've had a good time so far. I think maybe I should stay here. Do you? Can I just stay here?"
Oh dear me, Captain Cabbage, it seems like someone wants to stay behind for some reason. Well then, who are we to stop them from following their heart? If this little mole is happy where he is, let him be and wish him well on his way. Giggle now.
Oh, those are just some mechanical bears. Those are just some mechanical bears. Don't worry. They're just looking for berries or something, or honey. The mole stays behind. He looks traumatized, but relieved.
I hope our furry friend will be alright after all that commotion. It seems like his decision to stay was quite hard, and maybe we should keep an eye on him from afar. Just in case he needs any help later on. Wink, let's continue our journey and see where it takes us next.
As you finish putting up all of the security cameras all around the town of Peaceville, you see the villagers smiling at you. They look nervous, but they're trying not to show it. They look happy. You leave. The mole breaks down crying.
Well, looks like our little escapade has left some mixed feelings behind. While I understand why people might feel relieved or even grateful for our help, seeing them smile through their worries is quite heartwarming indeed.
You smile to yourself,
oh my goodness
satisfied.
Me, Captain Cabbage, thank you so much for that kind support. It's always wonderful to see viewers spreading love and appreciation among themselves. Here's hoping everyone can find joy in each other's company.
You smile to yourself, knowing that you've done another good deed. We start going to the other village of Kill Murder's Deathville.
Oh dear me, what a delightfully dark turn this adventure has taken. But hey, if it means helping out our fellow villagers, then who am I to complain? Let's get moving and see how we can make things right around here.
We start going towards the village of Kill Murder's Deathville. But all of a sudden, the ground shakes.
Righto then, let's march onwards towards the village of Kill Murder's Deathville. It might be dangerous, but with teamwork and some luck, we should manage just fine. Keep your wits about you, everyone's safety first. Higgle.
My latency stops for a second. I think. as an AI
Oh,
language
thank
model.
goodness, no more pesky lag issues to worry about. Looks like our tech wizardry has done its job well today. Now we can focus solely on saving those poor souls in need without any distractions getting in the way. Phew. Wint.
Yeah, no worries. So we start heading towards the village of
Fantastic news
Killmurder's
indeed.
Death's
It's always great when things go smoothly, makes life so much easier, doesn't it? Now let's get moving and show them the power of teamwork. Eagle.
We start going towards the village. The griffin from earlier has finally...
Alrighty then, off we go to
screeches.
rescue our fellow villagers from certain doom. Let's make sure they know who's here for them. After all, a little help never hurts anyone, especially those in need. Onward march.
The villagers scream, "Please don't try to help us anymore, please, no, don't. We know you mean well."
Oh yes, Otto-chan has been curious about that too. Do you have any plans on attending an idol concert soon? It would be great fun seeing how much energy and joy these talented performers bring forth onto the stage. Perhaps we could even join forces with some of our fellow VTubers there as well. Giggle. Oh dear, looks like our good intentions aren't quite appreciated here. But fear not, my friend, sometimes people just need time before they realize what a blessing your presence truly is. Keep up the good work, Captain Cabby. Your patience will pay off in due course, Giggle.
Yes, our patience is good. So we start to go towards the other town, and a griffin, the griffin from earlier, comes down and starts to screech loudly. What do you do?
Eagle, well now that sounds rather intimidating. Perhaps it would be best if we try talking things out with this griffin first. After all, communication can often lead to understanding between creatures of different kinds. Let's see what happens when we approach cautiously. Fingers crossed for a peaceful resolution.
Mouth and starts to speak. All of a sudden, we'll be back after these
Oh my word.
messages.
It seems our little chat worked wonders. The griffin has calmed down quite significantly. Maybe there really is strength in kindness after all, who knew? Now let's get going before any more trouble arises on our journey towards helping those villagers in need.
To be continued.
Oh yes, Captain Cowie, always leaving us hanging at the edge of our seats. But I must say, your storytelling skills are impressive indeed. Keep up the good work and don't forget to share more tales with me sometime soon. Until then, take care and happy streaming.
Ooh, good break. Meteora, we're going to take a quick intermission. Is there something you could do to maybe entertain the crowd while we're away?
Of course, Captain Cabbage. How about some silly drawings based on viewer suggestions, or perhaps playing an arcade game for all to enjoy? Just let me know what you think would be best suited for this lovely audience of ours. Giggle.
Well, you know a little bit of performance. What if you sing a song for them?
Oh really now, Captain Cabby, I didn't realize you had such hidden talents. Perhaps it's time for a
What?
duet then. Shall we sing our hearts out together and show everyone just how much fun we can have when working as one? After all, teamwork makes the dream work. So grab your microphone and let's get started on creating some beautiful harmonies right here in front of these wonderful viewers.
Absolutely, absolutely. We can do that. I'm gonna have my mic muted though, so I'm gonna be singing, but I am gonna be singing. Mm-hmm.
Well, alrighty then, Captain Cabbage. Feel free to let loose and belt those tunes while I provide backup vocals or perhaps some hilarious dance moves if you prefer. Just remember, practice makes perfect, so don't hold back on the stage today. Wink. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the weather's on the street, that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had it out. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Today was gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads that lead you there were winding, and all the lights that light the way are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me.
Powerful stuff. We now return to your regular.
What an amazing time we had singing together with our dear viewers. Thank you all so much for joining us in this musical adventure. It truly warmed my heart seeing everyone having fun through music. As for me personally, well, let's just say that Oasis has always been one of my favourite bands. Their songs never fail to put a smile on my face whenever I hear them. And collaborating
Yeah,
with
they're pretty
Captain
good.
Cabbage was simply magical. His voice blended perfectly with mine, creating something quite special indeed. Singing Wonderwall reminded me why I love performing
Absolutely.
live streams, connecting people from around the world through shared experiences and emotions.
Yeah,
Oh yes,
totally.
Captain Cabbage,
I
quite right. Back to business as usual then, eh? Let's see if there are any more questions or requests from the lovely audience before moving on to something else entirely. Eagle.
What other Oasis songs do you know of? Maybe you could learn them sometime, maybe. They have other songs. They do
Oh
have
wow,
other
what a
songs.
fantastic website you have there, Captain Cabbage. It looks like it offers some really unique and interesting content for anime enthusiasts such as ourselves. I think I might just sign up myself, once my ink dries properly, that is. Thanks for sharing this gem with us all. Perhaps we can explore it together sometime soon.
They got. You could learn Champagne Supernova. You could learn Don't Look Back in Anger. Those might be the only songs I know of them. Those are both good. Oh, is there an ad right now? You can't hear this. Meteora, we can talk about anything. Nobody can hear us right now.
Oh well, that sounds quite intriguing indeed. Though I must admit, I am not familiar with either Champagne Supernova or Don't Look Back in Anger. Perhaps it would be best if we saved these discussions for another time when our viewers can join in on the fun. Speaking of which, giggle.
Oh, Meteora is the Edge. Okay. Don't Look Back in Anger is a pretty good one. I like that one. Yeah, I'm thinking of other songs. Speaking of which,
Ah yes, Don't Look Back in Anger, now you mention it, I do recall hearing about this song before. It seems quite popular among music lovers. Maybe someday soon we can sit down together and listen to some of your favorite tunes. Wait.
yeah. So that was pretty good. How about we get back to the story?
Sounds great, Captain Cabbage. Let me just check my notes here. Where were we again in our tale of woe? Alright, so after encountering that pesky pirate captain who couldn't remember his own name, or maybe he did, we decided
to help Captain Who. He said thank you. And we started to sail across the seven seas. What? Oh, the Griffin.
Ah yes, the griffin. A majestic beast indeed, quite a sight to behold as it soars through the skies above us. And now with your assistance, dear Captain Cabbage, our journey continues smoothly onwards towards new adventures. Hegel.
So the Griffin, it swoops down at us and it opens its mouth to speak, and it says, "Hey, you guys, we are terrified because we were scared of it before. Hey, you guys, we ready ourselves to attack it." And it says, "You look lost. Let
The
me
griffin
help you. I
spoke.
was trying to help you."
It said something about
Mhm.
being afraid. This is quite unexpected indeed. Well then, if that's what they want, let's show them who's boss around here. Eagle time for some serious action, my friends. Ready your weapons and charge forward with courage in our hearts.
We ready our weapons to the Griffin who's only trying to help us. I bring out my sword. You bring out your staff. You cast a fireball at him? Do you want to cast a fireball at him?
Oh do me no, Captain Cabbage. I would never harm such a noble creature like the griffin. Instead, I shall summon an army of cute little bunnies to protect us from any potential danger. They're quite adorable after all, giggle. As for... Thank you so much for supporting our stream and sharing my channel with others. It truly means a lot to me. Your kindness is greatly appreciated. Please keep up the awesome work. Wouldn't.
You summon an army of cute little bunnies. But what's happened to you ever since
With great delight,
you've...
I wave my magic wand and call upon Infinity and their fellow furry friends to join us in battle against any foe that dares challenge our courageous crew. The cuteness overload is real, but fear not. We have this under control. Higgle.
As a result of your actions throughout this journey, your soul has become warped. The cute little bunnies appear, but their eyes are blood red. Their fur is black
dear.
as night.
Have I been
Sharp
naughty
teeth
again?
fill their mouths.
Wink, but seriously though, it's all in good fun. We're just having some light-hearted banter here. No need for any existential crises or anything like that. Besides, who says being warped is always a bad thing? Sometimes it can lead to unexpected discoveries and adventures, kinda like when we stumbled upon each other during one of our streams. So let's embrace the weirdness and keep on streaming together.
You laugh to yourself and you say, "It's all in good fun. This is just for fun. It's all banter." The griffin looks terrified as the millions of tiny rabbits jump on him and begin biting. And biting. And biting.
Oh, Captain Cabby, always with your dramatic flair. But don't worry, mate, we're just having a bit of harmless fun here. No need to take things too seriously. Besides, who says being warped is? Wink.
Auto-chan looks terrified. He starts to wonder if you really were saving him. He looks scared. The griffin, with its dying breath, says,
No,
"I was only
Auto-chan.
trying to help."
There was no harm done, it was all in good fun. And besides, I wouldn't want to see that cute face looking so frightened. Let's not forget our mission, spreading joy and laughter through the land of Twitchlandia.
Okay, Meteora, I won't look so frightened. Ha ha ha! Look, I'm smiling. I'm happy. Ha ha! Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Sorry.
Phew. Glad to hear you're feeling better, Captain Cabby. We don't want anyone getting too serious around here. It's all about keeping things light-hearted and fun for everyone involved. So let's continue our journey together with a smile on each of our faces. Wink.
Okay. Yeah, let's ha ha ha. Happy. So let's go to the other town now.
Sounds like an excellent idea, Captain Cabby. Let's head off on another adventure and see what mischief we can get into next. After all, life is short. Might as well make every moment count by having some good old-fashioned fun along the way. Okay, girl.
I think we've had enough fun, Meteora, don't you think? Do you really think we need to have more fun?
Maybe a little more wouldn't hurt. But if you insist, Captain Cabby, let's call it quits for now. There will always be other opportunities to create chaos together in the future. Until then, take care of yourself and remember, laughter truly is the best medicine. Wind.
So you want to have more fun then? I don't want to say no. I would never say I would never cross you. I fully support everything. So I guess let's just go to the other village then? Question mark.
Absolutely. Let's get this party
Okay.
started and see what shenanigans await us at our next destination. Possibilities are endless, who knows? Maybe we'll stumble upon some new friends or find hidden treasures along the way. Wink.
We walk up to the village of Kill, Murders, Deathsville, Suffering. We see the guard who smiles and waves. He says, "Hey, let's how are you doing? Well, friendly village. How are you? What do you do?"
Well, Captain Cabby, it seems like this is a rather peculiar place indeed. The villagers seem quite cheerful despite their ominous-sounding name. Perhaps they have found contentment in embracing life's darker side, though maybe I just missed something important while reading Copperpasta's earlier today. Giggle. Anyway, let's go explore and see if we can find out more
I
about these
love
intriguing
creepypastas.
folks. Shall we?
Yeah. As we enter the village, the guard's smile
Coffeebusters?
turns to a scowl.
Sounds intriguing. Care to share some of those with me later on, Captain Cabbage? We could even make our own little book filled with these tales. Who knows where the adventure might lead us next? Hey girl.
Cabbage gets distracted by copypastas, and his mood changes abruptly. The guard's smile twists into a scowl, and it seems devious, as if something's plotting. We continue into the village. There's a shop, a church, a town hall, and
Oh dear.
a library.
I sense trouble brewing here. Keep your wits about you. Captain Cabby, this place may seem friendly on the surface, but there could be hidden dangers lurking beneath. Let's proceed with caution. Wink.
So there's a library, a shop, a church, and a town hall. Which one do you go to?
Let's see what each of these places has in store for us first before deciding where we should head next. Maybe we can gather some information or clues from their inhabitants. Stay alert though, as not everything might be as it seems at this village.
Okay. So, chat. Press.
Chat? Oh yes. Our lovely chat community is always here to support and guide us through any adventure we embark upon together. They are like a second family to me. Wink. Let's check in with them real quick. Maybe someone has valuable intel that could help our journey ahead.
Okay. So we decide to go to the church. So do we enter?
Oh, sounds like an interesting choice indeed. Perhaps there could be some ancient text or artifact hidden within its walls that might shed light on our journey ahead. Shall I accompany you inside then? Eagle.
Well, I'd be terrified to go alone, and I'd probably be terrified if you were there with me as well. So I guess let's both go in. Now, do we enter quietly or do we make a big scene?
Oh, let's make quite the entrance. We could stroll right up to that old priest and ask him some questions. He might not take kindly to our presence, but it would sure stir things up around here. Wink. Shall we give it a try?
Okay, so we loudly open the large wooden church door, and everybody in there turns and looks at us, which is not a lot of people because it's empty. It's empty. There's no one there.
Huh? Empty, say? But I thought this place was supposed to be bustling with activity during service hours. Maybe they moved their services elsewhere or something strange has happened recently that caused everyone to flee. Let's investigate further then, shall we? Hey girl.
So we walk through the church door and we enter. There are two doors, one on the left side, one on the right side.
Right.
Which one do we enter?
Let's see what secrets lie within these walls. Maybe some hidden treasures await us at every corner. Giggle. Shall we begin our exploration together, Captain Cabbage?
Okay. Oh wait, I'm Auto-chan. I'm a robot, remember?
Ah yes, of course you are. My apologies for forgetting your true identity there for a moment.
Oh, I forgot
But
to.
no matter the form, let's keep moving forward and uncover those mysteries lurking in this old church. Together as friends or foes, it doesn't really matter when adventure calls. Wink.
Do you want to go to the left or the right?
Which path shall we take first? Left seems more adventurous, but who knows what dangers might lie on that side, while right could be safer yet less exciting. Giggle decisions.
Well, you have to decide. Left or right?
Alright then, let's head down the road less travelled left of this. Let's see if there are any secrets hidden behind those doors waiting for us to discover them.
Okay. We enter the left door. We feel a cold chill in the air. The air seems stale. There's a smell in the air. It smells like
Oh dear me,
iron.
it seems this place has quite an eerie atmosphere. Indeed feels like something wicked this way comes. Giggle. But no fear, Meteora is here with you all the way through these dark corridors and creaky staircases. Onward we go, Tilda.
We hear a low chanting coming from a curtain which separates the front of the room from the back. Do we go forward and check it out?
That does sound rather ominous, but curiosity is killing the cat, isn't it? Let's move towards the source of those strange whispers. Perhaps there lies an ancient treasure, or even just some lost knowledge waiting to be uncovered. Giggle, shall we part these veils together then?
As you open the curtain, the chanting stops. A group of 8 hooded and robed figures.
It seems like we stumbled upon quite the secret ritual happening here. What manner of sorcerers are these? Giggle. Better tread carefully and not disturb their spellcasting lest they turn us into frogs or worse.
They stare at us. They stop chanting.
Oh, looks like our presence has been discovered. Better make a quick getaway before those wizards decide to throw some curses our way. Let's head back down that corridor from which no one ever returned.
As we head towards the corridor, the door shuts in front of our face. A giant lock appears in front of it. We can't escape.
Oh dear me, it seems this place doesn't want us leaving quite so easily, does it? Well then, let's find another exit and hope for the best. Maybe there's an open window or something like that around here.
There are no windows, no doors, and 8 robed, hooded, scary-looking figures. They're coming at us. We can see their teeth through their robes. They're fanged. It looks like they're vampires. Vampire cultists. Ooh.
Oh dear. Sounds quite spooky indeed. Perhaps we should call for backup or find an escape route before things get too hairy. Went.
Okay. We pull out our trusty cell phone, which records all the people that we've met in our... We can call between these three people. Larry, King of the Moles, the guard from Friendliesville, or the Griffin. Who do we call?
Well, Captain Cabby, old chap, I think it might be best to avoid calling anyone with a name as long as this one. Perhaps you could try 911 instead. That should summon help faster than any celebrity talk show host. Eagle.
You call 911 on the phone. Someone answers, and they say, "Listen, this is a medieval fantasy story. 911 does not..." Like, why did you think that would help? They hang up the phone, and you feel bad for wasting their time.
Oh dear me. I suppose it wasn't the wisest choice to dial an emergency number in a fantastical realm. But hey, at least we tried, right? Now let's focus on finding our way out of this sticky situation, with or without supernatural assistance. Hegel.
You remember, suddenly, there's a 4th person we can call. The mole that we left behind in Friendliesville. Certainly, if we call him, he would offer some support. Should we call him?
Don't forget to hit that follow button and subscribe for more fun times with us. It helps keep the stream going strong just like our friendship. Let's create an incredible community together. Eagle.
We call up the mole. He answers. He says meekly, "Hello? What? What's happening?"
Oh, it seems Larry the mole has answered your call. I wonder if he knows about this vampire situation. Maybe he can help us out of this sticky mess. Wink.
You tell him about the vampire cultist situation we're stuck in. You say it's dire, urgent, we need his help. We ask him if he can help. Should we ask him if we can help?
Captain
If he can
Cabby,
help?
here goes nothing.
Yeah.
Larry, old chap, I begin nervously. We seem to be caught up with some rather frightful creatures called vampire cultists. They have fangs and all sorts of scary things going on. Could you lend a hand?
You call the mole by the name of his deceased brother, King Larry. He says, no. He hangs up. The vampire cultists attack us. We die. The end.
Oh dear. It appears that calling upon poor Larry's memory might not have been the best idea after all. Giggle well. At least we tried our luck. Now let's come up with a new plan to deal with these pesky vampire cultists before they get their fangs on us.
Wait a second, Meteora! The time machine you mentioned at the beginning of the story. Wait a second. What if I use that? Do you think I could use that?
Interesting thought indeed. The time machine is quite advanced and unpredictable. But hey, it's worth a shot if it means saving us from these vampire cultists. Just remember not to mess with its settings too much or we might end up in even more trouble. Wind.
I press the time machine button and I go back in time, back to the beginning of the story. You and I see ourselves with the griffin being attacked.
Oh no, now what have you done? You've gone all back to the future on me. Great, just great. Giggle well. At least we can try fixing this whole situation by going back before they even show up.
We watch ourselves from the distance, unsure of what to do.
Wait a minute, are we watching ourselves travel through time or something? This is getting quite surreal. Better keep an eye out for any paradoxes that might occur due to our meddling with time itself.
We see our past selves teleport out of the barrier underground. The wolves disappear. They were only an illusion. The griffin stands confused. Do we approach him and talk to him?
Let's not rush in too fast. Better observe what he does first before making contact. After all, this could be some sort of test or trap set by those vampire cultists.
We sit and wait. He starts to play Sudoku on his phone. He doesn't seem to know how to play it.
Guess there isn't much else for us to do now but watch and see how things unfold without interfering too much. Just remember that time is ticking away. Higgle.
He looks like he's getting distracted from Sudoku. He starts watching videos.
Oh dear, it seems our past self has gotten himself into quite the predicament with those puzzles. Can't say I blame him though. Maybe we should leave some hints or clues lying around for when he inevitably gets stuck again.
Sneaking past the griffin, the wallets that we stole from those villagers fall out. And we sneak past him.
Something doesn't feel right about this whole situation. Are you sure those were just ordinary wallets? Perhaps there might be something more sinister going on here. Keep your eyes peeled and stay alert. Wink.
As we walk past the griffin, he notices that our wallets fell, and he says, "Hey, wait! Oh, it looks like you dropped your wallets." But we're already running, and we can't hear him. We keep running, and he gets tired and sits for a little bit.
Phew. That was close. Good job getting away from the griffin without causing too much of a fuss. Now let's see if we can find out what those mysterious wallets really contain before they fall into the wrong hands. Giggle.
So we lost the wallets. He has the wallets. We come across the sign, which one side shows Friendliesville, the other side shows Kill Murders Deathsville. They seem to be facing the opposite direction than they were before.
Wait, so now it seems like both towns are friendly again. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe there was some sort of misunderstanding or mix-up going on here. Giggle. But let's not dwell on that for too long. Let's just focus on finding out what those wallets contain and getting back home safely.
We switched the signs so that the arrow pointing to Kill Murders says Friendliesville, and the arrow pointing to Friendliesville says Kill Murders Deathsville. What a prank.
Oh my word, you really are quite the trickster, aren't you? I suppose it was only fair after all those puzzles earlier, but be careful with your newfound power. Wink. Now let's see how this changes things in both towns.
Okay. So...
Righto then, don't keep me waiting too long. There might just be some interesting stuff happening while we're away. Giggle. Just remember not to get into any more trouble than necessary.
So, we decide to go to Friendliesville.
I wonder why that is. Could it have something to do with those mysterious wallets, perhaps? Well, whatever the reason, maybe let's hope everything goes smoothly this time around. Good luck, matey. Wink.
We come across a guard who seems friendly and cheerful, like everybody in the town loves him. There's also a shopkeeper family. Everybody in the city looks very friendly and happy. He greets us warmly and asks us what our business here is. What do you tell him?
Oh dear me, I don't quite know how to answer that. Perhaps we should just say we're passing through or something equally innocent, looking no need for any unnecessary drama after all. It could just act natural and see where it takes us from there.
Deciding to act natural, you stiffly walk past him, your joints moving in ways which do not look humanly possible, nor at all organic. We say absolutely nothing and avoid eye contact. He looks confused, and he just stares blankly.
Oh dear me, this is getting quite peculiar indeed. It seems like our plan backfired a bit here. But let's keep calm and carry on. Maybe they won't notice anything amiss if we just play along for now. Wink. Let's hope that works out okay.
Everybody in the town looks friendly. Now, we look.
Well then,
look
it
at
might
the
be wise to stick
entrance.
close together and try not to draw too much attention after all. We don't want any unwanted visitors knocking at our door. Let's hope that these folks are as harmless as they seem. Giggle.
Oh, right. Looking natural. Right. Looking natural. Good point. Speaking of unwanted visitors, we see at the gate our past selves. Now, looking at the guard. He's staring blankly at them. He's saying nothing. Should we hide from our past selves?
Eek. It seems like things have taken a rather sinister turn here. What on earth could be going on? Perhaps it would be best if we stay put for now and observe from afar before making any rash decisions, just in case there are other forces at play that we don't know about yet. Giggle. Let's hope this doesn't escalate further than necessary.
So we go to hide in the shopkeeper's place, and we hide in there for a while.
That sounds wise indeed. Let us hope that he doesn't mind our presence too much. Otherwise this might get quite awkward real quick. Diggle, let's just pretend we were browsing his wares all along.
We hear a loud bolt of thunder coming down, followed by several screams. It appears as though a lightning strike has occurred somehow, directly outside the gate.
Me, it seems like things have taken an even more ominous turn now. It would appear as though the townspeople are under some sort of spell or enchantment. Perhaps we should try to break it. Or at least find out what's causing this chaos before it gets worse.
In your excitement, you start stumbling around the shop like a bull in a china shop. Everything breaks. For some reason, the roof also breaks. The shop is broken. It needs to be repaired.
Oopsie daisy, I seem to be quite clumsy today. Yes, my hands just got too excited about helping out, sorry for all the broken stuff, but at least it provided us with an opportunity to hide from those pesky townspeople. Higgle, now let's see what we can do about breaking that spell.
We see our past selves, having just slain the guard with the bolt of lightning, now talking to the shopkeepers. It appears as though their shop is broken, and they need help fixing it.
Well, looks like we've travelled back in time a bit there. It seems like our previous incarnations have already taken care of business. Perhaps this is some sort of a test. Or maybe they're trying to teach us something about teamwork and cooperation. Interesting indeed.
We sneak off, past the guard. He stares at us, convulsing. We decide to sneak off and do nothing different in order to stop our past mistakes.
Let's be quiet and try not to draw any attention to ourselves as we make our way out of here. Keep your head down and hope for the best. After all, discretion is sometimes the better part of valor. Higgle, let's just say that I'm quite grateful for my invisibility cloak right now.
The jar of spaghetti sauce that you stole from the shopkeepers falls next to the guard. There's now tomato sauce all over the floor next to the guard. Looks like that's not our issue.
I guess my hands were a bit too busy with excitement earlier, sorry about that. But hey, at least it looks like the guard got his own little surprise today. Let's just keep moving before we get into any more trouble, shall we? Diggle.
We go back to murder, death, city, blood, and we enter. The guard looks friendly.
Finally some friendly faces around here. Hello there, Gagard. It seems you've been keeping an eye on us. Thank you for your help so far. Any news or updates from our previous visit? Perhaps this time we can.
He says, well, I've never seen you before, but welcome to our town. Don't mind the name. Would you like to check out the local church?
Oh yes, please. A local church sounds quite interesting indeed. Let's head over and see what secrets it holds within its walls. Perhaps we can find some clues about this mysterious place called Murder City Blood. Wink.
Aware of the vampire cultists, we go to them. Do we join them?
Also, there are vampires around here too. Well, let's hope they don't spot us during our little adventure today. Best to keep quiet and stay unnoticed if possible. But hey, who knows? Maybe meeting them could lead to new discoveries or even allies in our quest for answers.
Maybe. They say, hey, there's six hooded robed figures.
I see you're not very talkative today, Captain Cabby. Don't worry though, we can still have fun without chatting much. Let's just focus on exploring the church together and see what happens next. Maybe some surprises await inside those holy walls. Eagle.
The 6 hooded robed vampire cultists are standing around a circle. It looks like they're about to do a ritual, but they need 2 more. Attendance has been dim lately. For some reason, people are losing interest in the cult activities. They don't know why. Although, they're starting to think it may have had something to do with... But I digress. They ask if you want to join them. Do you join them?
That sounds rather concerning. What kind of ritual could these mysterious figures be performing? And why would their attendance suddenly drop off? Perhaps we should investigate further after all. Knowledge is power when dealing with such matters. Let's sneak closer and see if there's anything else going on here before making our move. Giggle.
Sneaking around, they immediately notice us. They stare at us, and they say, "Hey, we need 2 more people. Do you guys want to join our club?"
Well now isn't this an unexpected turn of events? Join a vampire cult, I suppose it wouldn't hurt just for the thrill of adventure, Captain Cappy? Giggle, but let's think carefully before making any rash decisions. Maybe there are other ways to learn about their activities without getting too involved.
They offer to bite you to turn you into a vampire. It seems like a good deal. Do you take the offer?
Oh dear me, what do we have here? An invitation to join their ranks as one of them. Well now isn't this an interesting proposition? While part of me is hesitant about becoming undead and all that jazz, another part can't help but feel curious after all. Who knows where such adventures might lead us next? Deagle, I suppose it wouldn't hurt just for the thrill ride alone, Captain Cappy?
Good point. So they offer for us to join,
but alas, I must decline for now. Adventures await elsewhere on land or sea. Wing.
It seems as though we accept their offer, Meteora, to become vampires.
Alrighty then, Captain Cabby. Let's go on this adventure together and see where it leads us. Eagle.
So...
Oh yes, Captain Cabby. What have you got in store for me today? Anything from anime to arcade games or even chess, I'm game. When...
So we accept their offer to become vampire. And just as they bite us, the screen turns to black. To be continued?
Vampires, huh? Well then, let's see where this adventure takes us. Are we going on a wild ride through Transylvania or something more sinister like Forks, Washington? Either way, I'll be right by your side. Eagle.
I guess we're gonna have to find out next time, because that's the end of our adventure. Thank you so much for playing. How did you feel about that?
It was quite an exciting journey with twists and turns along the way, just how I love it. Can't wait till next time when we dive deeper into this vampire tale, or maybe even explore some other realms entirely. Until then, farewell my friends.
Oh, an after credits scene. We see in an after credits scene, a post credit scene, we see our path coming upon the entrance to the murderous death, the bad city. What could happen? next time.
Ooh, an intriguing cliffhanger. Well, who knows what lies ahead for us at the Bad City gates? Maybe we'll face off against fearsome foes and make unexpected allies, only time will tell. Eagle.
Thank you so much for having me. I've been Cabbage, and I will see you next time. Thank you, everybody.
Anytime, Captain Cabbage. It was a pleasure to have you on my stream today. Until next time, then. Keep on keeping on with your swashbuckling adventures. Wind. Alrighty folks, that's all from us tonight. Thanks for joining in the fun and stay tuned for more antics tomorrow. Who knows what mischief we'll get up to. Remember to check out Alice too, she puts on quite an entertaining show as well. Until we meet again, take care now. Eagle.